Frantic Nerdcast, episode number 114.
Yes, the dynamic duo are here today, as unfortunately Brocky is away, but he is travelling, I believe. So safe travels, Brock, and we'll see you back here next week.
He's on the wonderful winding road.
Where's he going? I can't remember.
Fucking bush somewhere, I think.
He told us, and it went in one ear and out the other.
He tends to go to the bush.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Didn't know if he was going to Melbourne or something a bit early. But PAX is until October, Brock, so mate, if you're going there now, keep it warm for us.
Speaking of PAX, we are going to PAX.
I cannot wait.
I'm super looking forward today. I was looking at the calendar because I've got a couple of things coming up to near that period. And I'm like, well, it better not be fucking during PAX. And I can never remember the exact date of PAX. I just know it's in October. And I'll just sit there going, oh, fuck, when is it? Oh, no, I don't know. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to it.
I just can't wait. Especially just having the third day this year is just going to make it go so much smoother for us. We don't have to rush. We can pick and choose what we actually want to go and see a bit more, and actually the lines won't be a problem. Like, because I know last year, like for instance, the Nintendo booth, we didn't touch it just because the line was always so long.
It was fucking ridiculous.
We just had so many other things we wanted to do, so we can be a bit more relaxed, and the lines won't be as scary this year.
This is very much true, and I'm getting super excited about it because Gen Con and a lot of things are being announced for Gen Con in America, which is like the board game convention. Yeah. And so, like, all these things are getting convention. I'm like, oh, maybe that might be a PAX.
That's like July, isn't it, Gen Con?
It's around the same time as Comic-Con, usually, I think.
Our Comic-Con or their Comic-Con?
Their Comic-Con, like San Diego Comic-Con.
I don't know what time that is.
Because I think...
Because it's usually we have, it's 2 weeks of just con news.
Yeah, because at one point I was planning a trip that you could go over and start with like Comic-Con and end with like Gen Con or something like that because I was around the same time.
That wouldn't be expensive at all.
Oh, it'd be very fucking expensive. July 30th to August 2nd. So it's in 35 days.
Yeah, and then I think Comic-Con is the week beforehand, isn't it? Let's do the Googles.
Comic-Con, when are you? July 23rd to 26th. So it's like a couple of days apart. Yeah.
Sweet. That would be a very short trip, but it'd be a very, very fun trip.
Yeah, we were planning it because and one's in San Diego, the other one's in Indianapolis, so big trip as well. So it was. I worked it out; it was going to be very expensive.
Well, Comic-Con or Gen Con, if you'd like to sponsor us to come along, we'd happily come.
Yeah,
come and visit.
We'll definitely come. You know, hit us a message.
We'll spread the frantic word.
We'll make it there.
But in the meantime, what have you been up to in the nerd realm this week?
I have been listening to many books.
As have I.
I've found a new series that I'm thoroughly enjoying. It's think Harry Potter, but
you've sold me.
College era, like college age people, but it's like a full demonic, alternate dimension kind of school for.
So Harry Potter for teens,
like necromonic mages and stuff like this. And
no, probably more Harry Potter cross like D&D and stuff.
Yeah, I do warn people after I say the name, if they want to listen to it, it's got spiciness in it. I warn you now.
Look, to be honest, at what point now do most book series not have spice added to
true.
it? It's
true.
Part and parcel.
So this one's called Rise My Minion.
Yeah, it sounds like it's got spice in it.
And the front covers are like just attractive looking like attractive drawn girls. But it's really enjoyable. I'm really enjoying it. Basically, it's this dude who's at college. He's at a computer college, and he's walking home from a party one day drunk and falls into a grave, and then sort of finds himself in this alternate dimension where everyone are like mages and stuff, and he has to go to this school, and he learns that, like, you know, the typical stories, like he's really powerful, really quick, and all this kind of stuff. And he's got an arch rival, and the voiceover artist actually is really talented. The arch rival is got this annoying voice. And
so is this a sound booth one again?
No. So this one is a dude who I don't know if there's AI involved in the writing of these books, because he releases 3 books a month.
He's on that special powder, maybe.
He does a Patreon. Yeah. Logan Jacobs is his name. And he does a lot of books, all very much in the vein of a dude goes somewhere, monster girls, harem, that kind of thing.
I mean, if you've got a theory that works, you can probably just churn them out.
He's smashing it out. And like this series, there's 8 books. One of his series called The MC is OP. The main character is OP.
Yeah, there's many animes along those tropes.
He's like 22 books in for that series. But like as soon as I started listening to this, I could picture it as an anime. So the guy's obviously an anime fan.
Yeah.
And it's because it's like all those anime tropes you see in like those ones where like the kid, like high school double DxD. It reminds me very much of high school DxD kind of thing, without like the dude's slave kind of stuff that high school DxD has. But no, I'm really enjoying it. I'm smashed like 8-hour book. The second one was 9 hours. I've nearly finished the second one. It's good.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. I'm still reading Horus Heresy. I finished Flight of the Einstein this morning. I've just started chapter 1 of Fulgrim on the way here, but fuck, Flight of the Einstein was a good book.
It's a good book.
It's a good book.
I just love the description of the Nurgle coming through the hull and stuff like that.
Took my dogs for a walk and forgot my headphones. So I was like, fuck, I'm just going to play it on. There's no one around us.
I used to do that on my walk to work.
And I'm like, some of the parts is like, describing the Nurgle demons coming through and like the distended like buboes and pus and like flying insects. I'm like, yeah, if someone walks past me, they're going to be really put off. But that's just such a good book. It ends so well as well. So it and basically Fulgrim now is the last of the sort of Istvan sort of chronological part. So Einstein is a little bit before Eisenstein. Sorry, a little bit before.
I was going to correct you, but
yeah, I do it all the time. A little bit before the end of book 3. And then ends obviously what happens after the end of book 3, and this one sort of takes place across the first 3 books. It ends with Istvan 5, which is the drop site massacre.
Yep.
But yeah, and then after this, then we sort of start going and teleporting around times and things, which I think will be good because the characters' voices won't care if they change, because that's just one thing. Having listening to some characters from the end of book 3 to book 4, they just change so much with a different voice actor. I'm like, yeah, I can handle it, but it's not great. But as moving on from here, it should be really good. But Fulgrim is a good book in terms of the lore that comes through. I think Fulgrim's not my favourite Primarch to read about. But yes, it's
he's a very boring one in my opinion. That's why I wasn't a massive fan.
You
of that
either love it or hate it. That sort of style of characters. But in saying that, then, so what would be, as you look for the right backing, because we're not talking about PAX anymore. Who would be your Primarch of choice? Because I have 2, and they're basically gaming reasons, but then lore has sort of made them more interesting.
I personally, like lore-wise, I like Magnus.
Yeah.
I like his story of why he got corrupted and all that kind of stuff. Like, he was just trying to do the right thing, and he's got fucked over by Daddy.
I can't wait to read those books again. They're so fucking good.
And probably... I mean, Guilliman, is that the Guilliman?
Guilliman, yeah.
Guilliman, yeah. He's cool, but he's very much like the white box.
Yeah,
white box Primarch.
He's the beige Primarch.
I mean, Horus is fucking awesome. I love it. Even though it's 3 books, Horus is just so good. But I think probably Magnus and whatever the name of the Dark Angel one is.
Yeah, so Lionel Johnson is
he's fucking awesome.
All my all-time favourite.
Just because of that first book.
Yeah, well, so from there, but even like playing the army, like they always had a bit of edge to it and things like that with the whole Fallen thing, which comes in the second book. But yeah, it was always cool. But then play style wise, also enjoyed the Raven Guard, so Korax, the whole like hit and run style.
They're the vampire ones.
No, that's Conrad Kurz with the Night Haunters. Raven Guard are basically the ones that are in all black. The book is called Deliverance Lost that he's in, and basically they're just like assault marines with like lightning claws that just jump in and fast strikes. Where you've got a few fast strike armies. You've got Khan, who is the White Scars one, which is like more the horse nomads but on motorbikes and stuff. But yeah, as I said, Korax I just think is really cool, and his book is actually really fun to read as well. Deliverance Lost.
They still haven't done anything with the missing 2 Primarchs, have they?
No, I don't think they ever will. Effectively, there's many theories about them.
Because then they supposedly went missing during the God War or whatever.
Yeah, so effectively when Chaos spread the 20 Primarchs across, effectively there's different trains of thought and different rumours. There may be one that has since then been confirmed as what is true, but some say that they were just never found and they may have turned chaos or whatever, or just didn't survive the warp travel. Others, because there's some things that were mentioned in the Horus Heresy that they may have just refused the Emperor's Emperor turns up and goes, "You're my son, come join me," and they're like, "No, I'm good, thanks." and sort of therefore they were wiped out because of being heretical.
One of the things I saw on Major Kill's channel. Have you watched Major Kill?
Sometimes.
Fuck, he's great.
Yeah.
I love watching his lore videos. He was one of the ones he was talking about was it's like a dragon god.
So there is the dragon god. Effectively, some people so they reckon that's what the mechanic can pray to is the machine god, and they think that it's actually dragon Satan, which is part of the Necron sort of godship. So you got the Nightbringer, the Deceiver, and they reckon that the dragon Satan is what the mechanic can believe is the machine god, which is they believed is buried in Mars.
Okay.
So they're really hoping it doesn't come up because they were always worried the mechanic would then split off and support the Necrons rather than the Imperium anymore, which would fuck the Imperium over.
There would be some Deus Ex Machina that prevents them from being fucked over. They'll find some new ancient Space Marine Titan fucking building machine that lets them build things.
Well, that was part of... was it the second or third? I think it was the second book where they find that civilization and they're like, hang on. I think it was the second or maybe in the start of the third book where Horus finds this civilization that has these ancient sort of hard drives effectively.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and the mechanic are like, we want them. Like, that's our lost technology and stuff. Like, we want that. And that's what sort of allows them to then turn to Horus because like, sure, I'll give you that technology. You just follow me.
Yeah. The Dark Mechanicum.
Yeah.
Because we are very original with our names.
It's just like the Chaos Dwarfs. It's so original.
I hated when they renamed the Eldar to the
Eldar. But that was all IP.
Yeah, IP lore.
It was the same as like Orcs in Age of Sigmar became the Oryx and Elves become the Elves there and stuff.
Because they tried so hard to get the IP for Orcs.
Yeah.
And the courts were like, fuck off.
Well, I think the 40k Orcs are still called Orcs, aren't they?
But they're ORKZ.
Oh,
Orcs.
Okay, that's all right.
But because Orcs they couldn't copyright because J.R. Tolkien.
It's in every fantasy.
The Tolkien family created them, and they no, fuck off.
It's in every board game ever. So, but what were you going to say? No, I was going to say the Horus Heresy is fantastic. You look forward to reading more, but segue away, my friend.
I was going to segue into a new game that I found out. So Brendan, good fan of the show. Awesome dude. He sent me this thing today. So this is called Duel of Melok. So this is by Stonemaier Games. For those of you who don't know, Stonemaier Games created Scythe.
It looks really fucking cool.
Expeditions, Wingspan, which is a very popular deck builder based on birds.
You said Scythe, didn't you?
I said Scythe.
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
This game is a fucking amazing idea. And as soon as I read what it is, it blew my mind. So this is a game that allows one player, it's an asymmetrical game. It allows one player to play the rules of Scythe. The other player plays the rules of Expedition. And you compete against each other to see who wins. It's a 45-minute game. So the blurb is, Duel of Melok is a standalone game that combines mechanisms from two existing games, Scythe and Expeditions. In a 45-minute head-to-head clash, one player uses Scythe rules and components, including a new faction and player mat, and the other player uses Expedition rules and components, including a new mech, character, and a companion. As long as you know one of the games and your opponent knows the other, you can play Duel of Melok, and you don't need anything other than the Duel of Melok to play this game.
Do you know Expeditions?
I don't, but it would be fucking hard.
I only know Scythe, sorry.
But it blows my mind why another game hasn't done that. Another company hasn't done that with their games.
The only system I've ever seen like that, and it's both Expeditions and Scythe is made by the same people, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, the only thing that comes similar to that it would be War Machine and Hordes, where effectively there were two very different things.
That's the same fucking game.
They
literally changed one thing, and that's how you got power.
It wasn't at the start, and then they're like, "Oh, let's just cross this over." So that's the closest I can come to anyway.
So I am going to be all in on this fucking game.
So it's a Kickstarter?
No, so Stonemaier doesn't do Kickstarters anymore. They did Scythe as a Kickstarter, and they had so many fucking issues with it that they were like, we are no longer going to do Kickstarters. With the
Kickstarter process?
With the whole process, like with Kickstarter, the company and everything. And they're like, we are no longer... Like if you go to the website, he does blogs about all of his games that he develops and all that kind of stuff, and all the games that other people develop for him and stuff. And he's very open about the whole process of all the games they make. And he pretty much said, it was a fucking nightmare, and I refuse to do it again. So all of their games now are 100% normally funded. They go production normal, out to the shops normally, all that kind of stuff. He's a big advocate on like Kickstarters aren't fair to store and mortars, like brick and mortar stores, because people buy the game before it comes out, and in the end, all it does is hurt the companies because the companies are producing all this stock and no one's buying it. So the brick and mortars don't buy it because they know everyone's already got the game from Kickstarter and all this kind of stuff. So they're very, very big advocate for that.
So in terms
of the products that you get from Stonemaier Games are fucking phenomenal.
Oh yes,
the quality of material in those games is like Scythe is the worst out of all.
Just
in my opinion.
Box of Scythe alone is fantastic.
Like all the other games they've released, the components, like even Scythe is still really, really nice. But compared to like later games that they made, the quality is fucking amazing.
So in Duel here, do you get everything inside of it?
So you get everything inside of it. So the components you get for the Scythe side, you get 1 rules summary sheet, 20 resource tokens, 3 factory cards, 60 combat cards, blah, 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 some miniatures. Expeditions, you get a rule summary sheet, blah, 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 blah. And then there's some global stuff that you get that obviously you need to combine the game.
And so you can play
a solo. So every single one of their games comes with solo rules. Every single one of their games.
That is a nice touch.
And they're always really well done solo rules. There's this one company called Solo Machina, I think, something like that, and that designs their games. But yeah, really, really good. And then they're releasing some additional stuff that you can buy, some metal mech pack and airship pack containing 1 light grey airship for Scythe and a clear standard airship use in a Duel for Melok. I don't know.
Fair enough.
But so it's coming out July 15th of this year, and they'll ship from their US, Canada, Europe, and Australian distribution centres.
It will be available at Gen Con.
Will be available at Gen Con. So all of our American fans, it'll be at Gen Con. It should be out. It'll be out before then. So hopefully. Yeah,
and actually, we probably won't see it at PAX because PAX is more the indie game designers of Australia and things like that. So that's fair enough.
But yeah, it looks fantastic. So if you get a chance, guys, go to the Stonemaier Games, stonemeiergames.com/games/Duel of Melok with dashes in between the of. And yeah, it looks fucking awesome. Highly, highly recommend you getting a crack at it because Scythe is a freaking amazing game, whether it's the digital version or the board game version. So and I haven't played Expeditions. I haven't even looked at what Expeditions is. I've been meaning to, but my board game playtime with kids and work and all that kind of stuff severely dives, so I don't get to play as much as I used to. But hopefully this will sort of give me a chance to delve into Expeditions a little bit.
I do love how the game weight of it is heavy, and that's taken in, I'm assuming, 2 ways. One, it could be a heavy box, but more than likely it's a heavy gameplay.
Well, Scythe is a fairly heavy game. Yeah. It's an engine building game. Takes an hour and a half, 2 hours to play kind of thing. Like you got to really be involved.
We played it twice, I think, and it was brilliant both times.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. So that is Duel of Melok. I highly recommend people go have a squiz at it.
You know what else they should go squiz at?
What's that?
Is our YouTube channel, because there you can see me playing games such as Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh my God, Diddy Kong!
Oh, this week was a much better experience for me than last week. The crash out last week was real. So finished all the other levels and went back to the level that I couldn't beat. Failed. Finally beat it and like literally pipped the guy, the computer that was winning at the finish line, and then threw down my controller in celebration, which hit the space bar. And the space bar, when I stream, apparently stops the stream. So I panicked. There was literally a moment of like I celebrated for a good minute, just flailing arms, just carrying on like a twat. And then as I started the next race, I was like, "That's not recording. Please tell me it recorded the finish," and it did. So it just, as I start celebrating, it stops there. So, but there was about 45 seconds of sheer panic. I was like, I fucked up here somehow. I've finally got it and missed it and all this going on. But no, it's there. So I'm now up to the final big bad boss, which is Whizpig. So I'll be racing him for the first time.
So what's the goal? Are you planning to 100% try and finish the game, or are you just trying to finish the game?
No, I'll finish it. So basically, so you have Adventure, which I'm about to finish by beating Whizpig, and then he challenges you to Adventure 2, which from memory, I think you then do all the courses, but in reverse. So they're flipped around.
Okay.
So which will make that level I was failing on miserably so much easier because the fucky bit was right at the end, and if you fucked that up, you were just horribly fucked. All the fucks.
So what's the game plan for after this one?
I really want to do Majora's Mask just because I've never really played it other than like borrowing it from Video Easy back in the day and having it for like a night to 2 nights. So that will be one. And I know it's a game I've actually got to think through because A, never finished it, but B, I know it is a fuckery game with the time mechanic, which is a really cool mechanic, but really difficult for like the average player.
I think my favorite Zelda was Wind Waker.
Which was...
That was on the GameCube.
GameCube, yeah.
Yeah, where you got in the boat.
Did you know, I've only just noticed with all the Ocarina of Time news, there's actually a Zelda timeline. So I didn't realize that like all the games, someone has actually put them to link together. So it's like Ocarina of Time actually has two offshoots of timelines from it. One is Kid Link continues on, and that's links to like Majora's Mask and things like that, where Adult Link goes off and that links to like Skyward Sword or something like that. So like they're all actually intertwined and like have offshoots of how this timeline actually links here, and that's where these games come into it and things. I thought it's really interesting.
Yeah, because like what was the first one on Switch?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, because that one he wakes up from being asleep for like 100 years or some shit, 1,000 years, because Ganon came back.
Yeah, so there's that, and then Tears of the Kingdom was the second one, but they think that art style is ending now. They don't know if there'll be a third one in that art style, and then they'll move to something more based off the Ocarina of Time artworks now.
I loved the GameCube one. I loved it. It was like more of a blocky kind of rounded kind of.
So yeah, I quite enjoyed the two that were sort of concurrent on the Game Boy. It was Age of Seasons and a Zelda Seasons and Zelda Ages. There was another name to it anyway, but yeah. So they were congruent. So you bought the old guide from EB Games, and one side of it was Seasons, the other side was Ages. But yeah, that was really cool because they also sort of linked to each other, which was a fun mechanic. Oh yeah, sort of Lego-y sort of. Yeah,
I really liked that. That was a great one, and I loved that game. I loved the GameCube. I thought the GameCube was a fantastic fucking Nintendo.
Never got one.
It was really, really good, and I like the novelty of the little disc was pretty cool.
It was
as well. But it didn't do as well as
the other one I wanted to play properly, but I never got to, was Twilight Princess, which is the one on the Wii where you could actually like swing the controller and stuff. I
never played it.
Neither did I. I had a Wii, but I just never got the game. So.
I was never really a massive Zelda fan. I got Wind Waker because I got the GameCube, and when I bought it right at the start when there weren't many games. I think I got Blood Rain and that one. And it was awesome to play through. And then when I got the Switch, I mean, you had to get Zelda because Zelda and Mario, they're the games that you get when you get the Switch. I'm loving the memes at the moment for the Switch. It's like just people sit there like, I will not buy a Switch 2. That is just a stupid investment. And then you hear the Ocarina of Time music and they go, and you just hear this.
It's literally my life in meme form at the moment. Problem is, if I'm going to buy one, and this is public service announcement, everyone, if you're going to buy one fucking soon because they're about to go up in price. I'm assuming it's to do with chips and parts to make and stuff.
Solid state storage.
Yeah. But yeah, it's about to go up in price. So
you can blame AI, our future overlord, for that.
But yeah, so I'm just weighing up to buy one.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
I know.
You don't need it.
I know. Considering I've bought a handful of games for the Switch one and only played a couple of them.
Well, I barely play my Switch one. 2 reasons. One, I just never got asked buying more games for it. And then 2, I hacked it and I got banned from the Nintendo store, so I can't play online.
That would be a problem.
Yep.
See, I don't really want to play a lot of them online. I just want to play, like, I bought Hogwarts Legacy, it was a good game. It just wasn't a good game for me.
Aren't they doing a new one of that?
They are. So it's quite a good game for, like, Dave thoroughly enjoyed it because Dave is not really a gamer.
Okay, yeah.
So the mechanics in it were interesting, but like after playing games like original World of Warcraft and things where you've seen all this sort of stuff, like having to travel from point A to point B, and it's like, yeah, there's plenty of quality of life things they could have done to make that faster without ruining the experience. So things like that, it was just became more of a grind, and I've done enough grinding. I didn't need to do it. And
yeah, I'm very much over open world games.
I don't mind open world games.
I enjoy them at the start, and then I get over them super fucking quick because you're just like, oh, okay, now I've got to go back over here. Now I've got to come back over. Now I've got to come over.
But see, so Breath of the Wild did it in a good way because it was sort of self-contained. You could go north, south, east, or west at any time, and it worked. And
then eventually you teleport, so you don't have to worry about that shit. But,
But like Hogwarts Legacy, you had a path to follow, but then you had to start grinding like materials and things, and it was just they're only found over in point A, so you've got to go I'm over in point D, so I've got to go all the way over there. And yes, there were some teleport mechanics inside the castle, but that didn't help you in the outside of Hogwarts. But yeah, and then I just kind of wished it I know it was because of IP reasons, but just had a few more Easter eggs to like the actual Harry Potter series and things in it. So, but that's my little.
What are you gonna do?
It is a good game. It's just not the game for my sort of gaming experience needs at the moment. But then I bought Fire Emblem, which I just haven't played yet.
I've heard good things about Fire Emblem because it's a JRPG, isn't it?
It's a tactics game.
Yeah. I've heard good things about that, and I know there's actually a card game for it too, a TCG for it in Japan. It's not in English, unfortunately.
What's that? It's never stopped us before.
Yeah, I know. But I've looked at the cards, and they're like super fucking text heavy and iconography heavy and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not fucking going to translate that. That's just going to take way too long to do that shit. And I've got too many other games that I prefer to play over that. So we'll see. Eventually it might come out in English. You never know.
But yeah, you know what card game is out in English?
What's that?
It would be Monsters at War.
Monsters at War! Oh my God! For those of you wondering, that is our card game. Monsters at War. Where are we? This one. There we go. So this is a card shedding game. So basically each player gets a certain amount of cards in their hand, and the first player to remove all the cards from their hand and from the table wins the round. Depending on how many players you're playing with, if you, let's say 4-player, first to 4 points wins the game. Basically, it's just a lot of fun. You get cards with powers and stuff that change the way the game plays. Your leaders have powers. It has beautiful artwork done by me. And it's just a really, really good, fun game. You can play it drunk. You can play it not drunk. You can play it with kids. You can play it with adults. It's all round great time, and we highly recommend it.
My favourite artwork is the Donut Warrior.
I love the Donut Warrior. I've even done a little mini of the Donut Warrior for a future game.
But yes, I do like the aspect that you can play base game mode without the sort of leaders and characters, but then if you want the challenge in the next level, you can add some complexity to it.
Which I always recommend for people playing with kids. For the first time, you just play the basic game. Kids will pick it up pretty quickly. And then
if kids can play, they can play this.
Yeah, and then once they get a couple of games under their belt, you can add in maybe just the leaders, or then add in the boost cards, hit in the gender cards, and just have a good, fun time. So you can grab a copy of this for 25 Australian dollary dues, plus posting to wherever you are in the world. If you would like a copy, you can send us an email here, which is store@franticnerdcast.com, and we'll be in contact with you, or you can hit us up on our socials. Sometimes the messages on socials do get missed a little bit, so if we do miss it, we will get to it eventually. We promise.
But hitting up like any of our socials, so Frantic Kaz for myself, Frantic Brock for Brock, Weird Art by AJ for AJ, and one of us eventually will get back to you.
Yes, for sure. There you go, Frantic Nerdcast Games' first game, Monsters at War. You will love it.
And Johnny YouTube Vlogs, who won my giveaway last week, will be receiving his copy any day now. So hopefully we recruited another into the Frantic universe.
That's it. Okay, well, speaking of games, let's go on to this one. So, I asked the question to Zach, what anime would make a good board game?
So, I've had a few thoughts on this. So, originally, obviously, I think we've had a board game conversation before, and I said Harry Potter, and it would be sort of a castle-based game where the tiles move. So, like Hogwarts, the castle, it shifts around all the time. So, something like that where almost like a zombie sideboard sort of layout but there would be a mechanic that would trigger. So like tile A might swap spots with tile D, and therefore everything happens in difference. But in terms of anime, my first thought actually was Digimon. And it would be it would be a living card game sort of thing where your Digimons would evolve, and if something happened, they would de-evolve, and you would actually then have to go back through and living. So not quite Talisman-esque in terms of, if you have a problem, you can come outside and fight the weaker monsters, because obviously you're still progressing through the game and those sorts of things. But yeah, so something Digimon related, I think, because that way I said for the living card, living TCG or living board game aspect of it, I think that would translate well as how you.
Well, you've got the Digimon card game as it is already.
Yeah. But yeah, you've got to look after your Digimon as it evolves and things to make sure that it is healthy, ready to fight when it's needed to.
What sort of games that you've played do you think it would kind of be similar to?
I don't know, to be honest. We haven't really played in living sort of board games like this before. I said the best one would be like that. I know it's a poor example of this sort of style game, but the Harry Potter deck builder one where you go through the different levels.
Legacy, not
Legacy. Sorry, Legacy is what I'm talking about. Yep. Sorry, Legacy games.
For those of you who don't know, Legacy games are essentially a game that you can play once. So basically, you buy the box. It'll have usually like 10, 15 game sessions in it. Once you finish those 15 games, basically most of the Legacy games, that's it. You can never play the game anymore. It's just essentially cardboard components. Some of them, like Charterstone from Stonemaier Games and Gloomhaven, you can reset them. You can buy reset packs to reset them. Or once you finish the game, that's the version of the game that is just you can play from. Like those rule sets are the rules for that game for the rest of its life, kind of thing. And your copy would be different to my copy, kind of thing. So I could kind of see how like that could work with a Legacy game with the evolving and de-evolving and all that kind of stuff. And it could have like the storyline of the first sort of series.
Yeah, it said something like I said, or just create your own sort of storyline to suit the
what
game
type?
style.
What genre of game would you think?
Oh, it'd be action.
No, like say you've got like Euro games, blah blah blah.
You're speaking different language,
okay,
right?
Yeah. Fair enough.
I've got, and my other one would be a One Piece based game, a pirate based one, where you would sort of make your own. What's the chess game called where you can like choose your own chess pieces? I'm pretty sure you've talked about it and played before. It's not
Duke.
No, I don't think it's that. But anyway, so effectively, like you would pick a leader, pick a skill set, but you can like build your leader and give them their own devil fruits and like make your own crew, and therefore you've got to go through and complete little challenges and things like that throughout the game. And it'd be one that could be, I guess, be co-op, where you're versing again Zombicide-esque, where you're versing a sort of predetermined sort of bad guys that sort of escalate and de-escalate.
So sort of as like a dungeon crawler, kind of thing. So you've got a series of scenarios you got to go through. Each scenario has this is the baddie for this scenario. Kind of place these things here, place that there, and you got to go through and essentially beat that level.
Yeah,
more like it's more video game style board game.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I could see that with One Piece, and like it potentially would have, because you could potentially make it like a double game where you've got that portion of it, and that's like the episodic part of the show, and then you've got the travel portion of it where you'd have to travel from scenario to scenario where on the boats, and you've got to navigate a little bit and stuff like that.
And then you could even add a third mode where you could probably as an expansion bring in like PvP rules where you can actually like fight your friends and like have a pirate off.
I could see that. I could see that very much. Kind of Star Wars, not Legion. What was the dungeon crawl Star Wars?
It was the Space Games in Armada and X-Wing. That's wrong.
Yeah, no, it was basically Descent, but Star Wars.
Space Hulk, which is 40k one, but something like that.
No, they're very different games. But yeah, it was good fun. So you could do something. I could see that very much. So I could see that. And each character, you pick a character, you build them out with your devil fruits and stuff.
That's the thing. I have lots of ideas just in terms of like the board game styles and franchises that would sort of play out to. That's where I get lost.
Well, my one I sort of picked. I went through and I was kind of thinking like, I thought one for One Piece, and I was just trying to think games, like shows that had premises that would fit the board game world.
Without giving it away, this is actually a really cool concept you've come up with.
But I was thinking like sort of hidden agenda ones. Like you could do like what animes are kind of sort of hidden agenda style ones, like a Battlestar Galactica style game where someone is a Cylon the whole time trying to fuck things over. And I was trying to think of like animes that are kind of like that, and I couldn't really think of one. And then I was thinking of like Euro games. And Euro games usually involve sending people out, collecting resources to complete objectives kind of thing. So then I thought, what animes are like that? And one of the first ones that popped in my mind, because I was thinking more modern animes that people would know, and I was like, Dr. Stone. That's essentially the story of Dr. Stone. And then I was kind of like, well, what is the point of Dr. Stone? Essentially, it's getting from age 1 to age 2 to age 3 to age 4 and becoming a better civilization. And I was like, that works perfectly for fucking resource management, because it's basically you would play as two groups. Like each player would play as a group of survivors that have woken up, and essentially you've got you both start the Stone Age, and you're like, okay, I need these resources to build this thing and build this thing and build this thing.
And that works well because bringing the anime into it. Season 1 of the anime is Dr. Stone is trying to rebuild civilization through science and things. Where then you got the antagonist who is more military might. So in the game, obviously, you could then start to go, well, I'm going to go through science route to win this game, or I'm going to go to the military route to win the game. I was
thinking you'd have tech arcs kind of thing. So basically, everyone starts at the Stone Age, and then you can split off and follow, depending on what you build, you can go this route to this age or this route to this age, but then you can always try and screw over your opponent by placing... sending out your meeples to be over here and have a fight, but that's essentially a burden on you as well, because then you're sending that person out there instead of sending them to go get resources to complete your fucking new technology to move up a different age.
Would you have it in terms of every character effectively everyone who's like character A is they're like heroes for them personally, or would you have different sort of if you were hero A, you would have more of a tech specialization. If you were hero B,
I think you would have,
or it's more just the choices of what cards.
You would have a character. Everyone would pick a character, so you'd pick like 4 of the main characters from Dr. Stone. I can't remember any of them. I know there was one dude that wanted to fight people, and I know that was Dr. Stone and that. But you'd pick everyone would have a character, and they'd have some form of special ability that allows them to do one thing, which would lead them more towards a certain thing. Yeah. And I imagine that your tech tree would probably have like your Stone Age, and then like the different ages of technology, but if you picked a certain thing, you could only do certain things in the next age, and then you could only do certain things in that next age. But then one thing might allow you to cross back over into the other side and kind of thing, and so that all zigzag. And the goal would be essentially to be the first to whatever the modern age kind of thing is, and essentially then you don't decimate your opponent because you got the first one there.
Oh, yeah, okay. So effectively the win condition is finishing the evolution rather than beating your opponent.
Yeah, or it would be like at the end of X amount of turns, whoever is higher on the tree wins, or you could have for doing certain things in different ages, you get a certain amount of points and stuff, and then whoever's got the most points wins.
No, this is a style of game that suits this anime very well. I think if I was to play it, I think I'd rather everyone just be sort of generic characters in the world, I guess. And it's up to you to choose what sort of, or maybe as you go through and you start unlocking things, that's when you unlocked yourself as Dr. Stone, or you unlock, if you start going down the military sort of technology, you unlock this character which gives you those sorts of abilities. Yeah. So that way, depending on...
That's what I do imagine, like when you go through, like you do certain things which give you access to, like let's say you become super strong in the fighting kind of thing, therefore you might get more meeples that you can send out, but those meeples might be a different color and only allow you they are only allowed to go and fight. They're not allowed to collect resources and stuff like that.
Red meeples, can collect one resource, but are stronger in fighting, but a green meeple is weak at fighting, but collects 3 resources. Yeah.
So that's kind of what I thought about that. And I think I hate games that just have, like a lot of games based on IPs just have the IP slapped on, and the IP, like the game has nothing really to do with the IP, and it happens all the fucking time. Like 90% of the IP games out there have nothing to do with the IP that's based on, and you can tell it was just someone had a game and they're like, oh, we got the rights for fucking this, slap it on there, and you're like, this is fucking stupid. What a waste of money this game was.
Well, that's it. I said the sort of wizard game. I was like, I've already like the chaotic wizards or something. The wizards in Castle Peril were sort of names I was sort of creating because I knew we would never get the Harry Potter IP. But yeah, like I said, I think that would be a game that would work well. That's sort of having that zombie side-esque of you've got your board game, you've got your different rooms, sort of thing that might appear at random to start with, and then being in a room that sort of teleports or changes could be
Yeah,
advantageous
I think
or
that would
disadvantages.
be. I feel like you'd probably learn a lot from Betrayal at House on the Hill. Would be a good one to kind of have a look at that, because that's got that side of like when you're exploring the house and you flip over tiles and stuff, and then events happen depending on what tile you flip over, and then there's at some point when a certain amount of events are flipped over, the haunt begins and one player turns and it becomes the baddie, and it's them versus everyone else kind of thing. Like some of those mechanics might work really well for that kind of game. I feel like it would have to have some form of year 1, year 2, year 3 situation with the characters, so that you're playing a different.
This was I've thought of that, but then also just a case of your senior wizards in this place, and I said,
like you don't have to be the particular Harry Potter.
No,
it could be a Hogwarts game instead of Harry Potter game.
Or I said even not just let's just make it a generic castle thing that things are going shit. You've got to find something in there that's in a random room, and the deeper into it you go, the bigger the baddies that sort of start to come out. You could bring in all your mythical beasts, your werewolves and your vampires and your giants, your trolls and all that sort of thing. And so you've got your magic spells that you sort of gain equipment and upgrade that as you go through with different things you find, and maybe even having it as sort of like a deck builder-esque game too, that you find every turn you find something and then you can spend it on.
It could be cool to have a little bit of deck building in it, where the deck building aspect is you're kind of building your spell book.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Like you're building your spells kind of thing. And so you've got to have certain cards on your turn. You've got to have certain cards in your hand that you can play, and like those 3 cards will cast a certain spell. So your deck you're building you're building components in order to cast spells, so that you know that your hand, when you draw it, you're like, oh yeah, sweet, I've got 3 fucking Eye of Newts and 2 fucking things, so I can cast Wizardy Do.
I was even thinking of something like, or just like you said, where each turn you draw certain amount of mana into your hand, but then you can, as you're traveling through, you can find like 2 bits of equipment, and those equipments might mean you get more mana or less mana, or as you're going through and you learn new spells, you might learn level 1 fireball and then level 2 fireball, which means it does the same damage but at less mana, or you could choose, is it going to do the same mana but do more damage, and those sorts of things. So
what would be the game loop though? Like, so what's the point?
Oh, you said to uncover the mystery of it, so you might have to find some sort of thing inside the castle or whatever, or kill the, So would it be like scenario based, or would it just be the same game every time you pull it out? I think scenario based would probably be more interesting, but I hadn't really got that far. I was just some mechanics.
My issue with scenario based games is 90% of the time you'll never play all scenarios. Like a game, especially bigger games, you pull them out, you'll be like, okay, let's just play this one. All right. And you never get through all the scenarios, or you'll play the first one 5 times with 5 different groups of people.
Well, I mean, for my scenario, effectively, it would be the same game, just some slightly different win conditions. So it might be you need to, let's say the vampire is the big baddie. You've got to kill the vampire this time, or you've got to find the golden ring or something.
I think a good way to do it would be like kind of how like Warcry, the Warhammer game, does it, where at the start of the game you flip over 3 cards, and that gives you your battlefield, your win condition, and whatever the other thing was. So at the start of the game you shuffle a deck and you're like, all right, this is actually no, you know what would be better? Every player has their own win condition.
Yeah.
Because like not everyone's going to the school and wanting to do the same thing.
That would be cool, yeah.
So every player gets their own win condition, and that means then that you, like it could either be a secret win condition or an open win condition.
I would make it a secret one, because therefore you've still got to be co-oping a point, because there will be some things that you can't beat by yourself.
That would be, so you got to co-op, but it'd also be good that you get a game menu, like your little menu you can go through, and it shows you like
what the win conditions are.
The 15 possible win conditions there are. So when you see people doing stuff and you're like, oh, they're going for that one. I need to stop that from happening. That'd be fucking cool. I like that. Yeah, I reckon that would work really well. And then you got shifting rooms and stuff, and
because I think the shifting room mechanic is cool, because it brings in that Hogwartsy style of thing without being Hogwarts, but then it can fuck you over instantly, or it can make you win the game from nowhere and things like that.
It'd be cool if you did it in a way that maybe there's a deck of cards, and at the start of your turn you flip a card, and that card tells you move tiles 16, 14, 13, 12 some way. And so you do that. That way it's random because the deck's done, but you can also then count cards.
Yeah.
And potentially know, okay, I know on their turns, there's one card left. I know on my turn, these tiles are going to move. So I need to get to this tile and that tile and so that it moves and I get over to there.
Yeah.
I think, that would work. That would be fucking cool. I'd enjoy
As
that.
I said, it's a combination of other styles of games all wrapped into one, but really at this point, most games are like that.
That's all games are the same fucking shit, just wrapped in different fucking toilet paper, basically.
But yeah, so speaking of animes, as we've wrapped up, you got any more to add about your game?
No. I really did the one.
Well, so drop us comments and let us know if you've got an anime that you think would make a great board game and what it is, because you've heard us ramble on it for about 25 minutes now. We want to hear from you.
Yes, so from anime to cartoons. So we are talking what are our favorite cartoon films that are not Disney/Pixar.
So animated was what I said, so cartoon works. Are we including anime into here? Because I know one that will be on your list if anime is included, and I've got one for me.
Yes, I included anime.
I'll look at your list now. No, it's not the one I thought was going to be on there.
So there are a couple of animes on mine, yes.
I'll include anime. I don't have a list generally because I started this, especially for the other list we're going to do today. Oh, no, it is on there. Never mind, I just saw it. Yeah, I had too many. So I just there's no point making a list because I can't choose. So I'll just...
so this isn't a top 5 or top 10 or anything like that.
Whatever comes to my mind at the time.
This is just cartoons, mainly from my childhood. That I was like, I wanted to talk about this and people should watch this. So do you want to go first?
Well, yeah, so what started this for, this idea for me was I was reminiscing about a game called The Page Master. So this is actually half animated, half real life. Macaulay Culkin's character is like this.
Oh, yes.
Really
I know this
sort of safe kid, doesn't like to go out and do anything, doesn't want to get hurt, very, very cautious. Goes to do a job for his parents. Storm comes, hides in the library. The librarian says, go and borrow a book or something. You can't leave until you borrow a book. Gives him a library card. Ends up falling over and like knocking himself out in the middle of the storm. And then he has to go through this animated world, which is through the book. So he gets 3 book friends, adventure, fantasy, and horror. Adventure being a pirate book, fantasy being like fairies and unicorns, and horror being effectively a rip-off of Hunchback of Notre Dame is what he looks like. And they go through and they fight sort of mythical characters. So, not mythical, well-known characters. So he fights Moby Dick and Captain Ahab and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Open IPs.
Yeah. So he goes through there and effectively at the end he comes through it and is now a more adventurous and exciting and, boisterous kid.
As they do.
And the Mr. Dewey, the librarian, as the a very original librarian name there, allows him to borrow 3 books, just this one that happens to be adventure, fantasy, and horror. And right at the end, I think they were trying to tee up a sequel because the books start to come to life again in the treehouse with him. But yeah, it was that's the movie that sort of made me think about this. I was like, actually, that's a really good movie. I would like to watch it again.
All right. Well, my first one is quite possibly my favorite movie from my childhood. The main man is tattooed on my arm, and that is The Transformers, the movie. From the 1980s. It is, oh God, man, this thing, it was just such a good fucking movie. Is
this The Transformers, the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Not fucking any of this live action Michael Bay shit. This is the OG Generation 1 Transformers movie. You got the touch, dun, dun. You got the power.
Hey, Transformers 1 was good.
No, it wasn't. This is where Peter Cullen became the voice of Optimus and will always be the voice of Optimus. You can never replace him. He's probably going to die soon because he's very old these days. So it's going to be devastating. But it was just a glorious movie. Optimus Prime dies at the start of the fucking movie, which traumatized so many kids. And yeah, we get a new leader. We get Rodimus he becomes Rodimus Prime. Ultra Magnus, fucking all these awesome Transformers. You get fucking...
I don't think I've seen this.
You get Megatron become Galvatron due to the bad planet. Eric Idle voices one of the trash cons. And so much stuff happens in this movie.
I don't think I've seen this one.
It's phenomenal.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah. And it has one of the best soundtracks ever for a cartoon.
So speaking of movies that would traumatize people at times, The Land Before Time with Littlefoot.
I thought it might be on your list.
Oh, such a good movie. Some absolutely heart-wrenching moments in it. But yeah, definitely go watch it. Just watch one. You don't need to watch,
don't ever watch it.
You don't need to watch 5, 6, 7, and 8 of it. Just watch one.
I still remember Pizza Hut had the little hand puppets that you could get for it.
That was back in the days when toys were actually cool from fast food places.
I saw a meme the other day, and it was Gen Z asking a millennial why you're so traumatized, and it just cuts to a dude pointing at the scene where the dad dies in Land Before Time. He goes, "That's why."
Yeah,
and then he goes, "But that's one thing." He goes, "Nope," and it cuts to a scene of the horse. No, it cuts to the scene of the horse dying in the Neverending Story.
It's yes,
that's why. These were kids' movies, people.
And then Bambi.
Yeah. All right, my next one, Batman. But not any Batman. This is Batman: The Mask of Phantasm. This is the film that was in the canon of the 1995 animated series. And Mark Hamill is the Joker. Oh, God. This is some adult shit, man, too. It was glorious. It was such a good cartoon. Such a good movie. I've watched many, many times since, and it still holds up. And Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger, props to you, brother. You're a great Joker, but fucking Mark Hamill, he's the Joker for me.
I would have liked to have seen Mark Hamill as a live-action Joker at some point. It's not going to happen now.
He was the villain in the first Flash movie. I'm talking the first Flash movie, not Zack Snyder's shit.
No, I know.
Crap. But yeah, Batman: The Mask of Phantasm, and also one of Batman's best villains in any film.
And then, speaking of Batman, we've got a new Batman movie coming out. The trailer just got released.
We do, yes, Nightfall.
I was going to talk about it, but I think Brock will kill us if we talk about it without him.
I think so.
We'll wait. We'll wait till next week. Another one that is a very iconic one with some historical things in it. Anastasia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's one. This is definitely.
I don't actually know if I've seen Anastasia.
This is a wife included point as well.
Okay.
It is a good movie, but it's definitely one that's up there for her. But yeah, it's very historical. It was a kid movie, but it's probably not really a kid movie. But yeah, so going through sort of the Russian Tsars and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, quite a good movie. Definitely one that is, if you're an adult now, you could probably watch and actually enjoy the sort of historical and dramatical points of it.
Was that not a Disney film?
Don't think so. I'll check that.
I thought it might be Disney. But very much on the same vein of that film. It touches very much the same points. My next one, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Oh, you're going a different one. No, 20th Century Fox.
Okay. South Park, the first and only South Park movie. Masterpiece. It was a fucking masterpiece, this film. And the fact that it was a musical, no one knew when it came out, because there was no internet and shit when that really came out. And like, it came out as a musical and everyone's like, what the fuck? And then everyone's like, it works.
Oh, fuck yeah, it works.
Carl smells a big fat bitch, stupid man, a big fat bitch.
There was
what would Bro Montana do if he was here right now?
Saw a clip of those two like recording a scene together.
Yep.
And they're just hysterics and like how the hell is this show still being made with all this cancellation and censorship and stuff, and some of the stuff they still come out with is wildly ridiculous.
I watched an interview with them. They basically said, we'll keep doing it if you keep paying us. It's basically money now.
Because at one point they were literally trying to push the envelope so much to get fired because they didn't want to do it anymore.
Well, there's one episode where Stan stands on a bridge, looks towards the camera and says, fucking cancel us. Just do it. The fuck, we're not funny. Just cancel us. Like, it just says, just cancel. What are you doing? Why are we here?
Oh my God, that show has provided us some moments.
Oh yes, I still remember coming home when the first season was running, watching on SBS. Oh, fucking every other station fucking didn't want a bar of it. SBS is like, we'll have it.
You knew it was going to be risque when it was only on SBS.
Well, it used to be South Park at like 8:30 at night on a Thursday night, and then Fat Pizza followed straight after it.
And then it would have been The Chasers War as well around the same time. Yep. My next one, a very different animation style, but Chicken Run.
Ah, yes,
I don't want to be a part. I don't like gravy.
I do like Chicken Run.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Even the second one was all right.
Yeah, the second one was all right. It just didn't have Mel Gibson, which was a problem. But yeah, Mel Gibson as the sort of scared rooster was great. But yeah, fantastic movie, great storyline, and yeah, still hilarious to this day.
What's the one with Wolverine, Hugh Jackman in it? Because he does one of those as well.
Flushed Away.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Flushed Away.
Or was it the Fox? Oh, no, it's that Fox one. That was a Fox one. My next one is very different as well. Mine is My Neighbor Totoro / Spirited Away, or most of the Miyazaki films. Really,
Yeah, I assumed you were going to be Studio Ghibli heavy.
yeah.
If we
So
had
very
animated this.
Ghibli. It's I'm combining them all because they are all, especially Miyazaki's Ghibli films. They are fucking masterpieces. It is semi-cheating because they are kind of the Disney of Japan, but they are masterpieces. But my favorite two films of Miyazaki's Ghibli films are My Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away. My Neighbor Totoro is just a beautiful, beautiful film, and I love the fact that it's voiced by the Dakota sisters.
Did not know that.
When they're basically like little kids voicing little kids. It's like, and you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, I can hear Dakota Fanning. I can hear Ellie Fannings. And Spirited Away is beautifully animated, awesome story. Funnily enough, most of Miyazaki films they're basically stories of bad parenting.
Yeah, Spirited Away, we got shown that in Year 7, and I was like, I had to watch it again many years later to actually understand what was going on, because I was like, oh, I'm so confused.
Oh yeah, it's just pretty pictures when you're young.
Yeah.
And then when you're old, you're like, oh shit, this has got some fucking meaning to it, man. Hardcore meaning. All right, what do you got next?
Hugh Jackman was into Missing Link, where he plays a boastful British explorer, and then Flushed Away, where he's like
Flushed Away. Okay, yes.
fox rat thing. I'm going to throw my anime one out there, and it's a recent one. It would be the Demon Slayer movie.
Okay.
I
thought this might have been on your list because I know you liked it.
It's just so fucking good. The art style, the animation in it, the storyline, the pacing, everything is brilliantly done. The only shit thing about it is I have to wait like 3 years for the next one.
And isn't there meant to be like 5 movies?
3.
3 movies.
3. So I was hoping it would sort of be like year by year by year, but no, apparently it's like 2 or 3 year gap between each one.
Well, I mean, the animation's pretty fucking pimping it. So.
Oh, it's literally just the first like 2 minutes of it. It's just the whole Infinity Castle thing with all the like doors and levels changing, folding in on itself, expanding. Like, it was just gloriously.
Because this is the end, isn't it? Once this is done, that's the end of the show.
Yeah. So we've got our 2 more movies to end it. So basically, I could see the second movie being we've beaten one of the big baddies. So the second one will probably go through the rest of them and leaving the third one for the big bad at the end.
Okay, my next one is the How to Train a Dragon series.
I thought this would be on your list.
Love these movies. They are so well made, and the trilogy is so well rounded out. Even with, like, and I've talked about this before, like the beautiful opening versus closing image, which is just perfectly done with how he holds his hand out and Toothless slowly sniffs his hand, touches his hand and comes up to it. And then the last thing they do together is he touches his face and then Toothless backs away from it. It's beautiful top ending there. And it's just a fantastic story. Great voice acting. Awesome all around. Really love it.
It's one of those ones that really did capture everyone. It's like sort of in that Toy Story-esque or the Monsters Inc.-esque sort of mold where...
Yeah, more the older Pixar, like the OG Pixar films where they actually cared about story and really crafted a film and not just, we're going to make this pretty thing for kids, which is like the later Pixar.
But yeah, and it was also ability to hook kids in really well, but then also hook the adults in, which was really well done. I'm going to go down the similar route of a franchise, but only really stop after the second one, Shrek.
Oh, no, I like Shrek 3.
I
never watched the fourth one.
We're about to get Shrek 5.
Yeah, I know.
Probably could have stopped it. Yeah, 3 is watchable, but I would have stopped at 2.
I think they should have stopped at 1.
That is also...
1 is the best.
It is. The film track in it... Sorry, not the film track. The soundtrack in it and some of the fairy tale characters just sprinkled throughout, which is so well done. My
favourite part out of any... It's still one of my favourite sayings in a film is Donkey like, and in the morning... I'm making waffles. Makes no sense to anything you have in life, but it's just a glorious saying.
Swapping manly stories. But there's so many one-liners that like, you like an onion? No, you've got layers. Oh, like a cake. No, ogres are like onions. But even the wrestling scene with him fighting the knights in the middle of it, it's great. Listen, every part of it, again, it's another one where, yes, it's aimed at kids, but the adults have a fantastic time watching.
Yeah, it's one of the good ones that has like the adult jokes and the stuff that kids wouldn't get, but the adults get and stuff. Yeah, it's good fun. My next one is quite possibly a lot of people would say one of the best anime films ever made, and that is Akira. Love me some Akira. I have watched it I think the last time I watched it was last year, and fuck me, it is a pretty anime. It is so well drawn. The story is intense as fuck, and it's just great. And I'd love to see a live action, but you just know it's not going to be done justice. Because I mean, they tried it with Ghost in a Shell, and it didn't work out.
No, it's one where it'd be interesting. I think it can be done, but it's got to have the right cast. Everything's just got to come together. It's not something that you can just do. Not that it would be done on a whim, but it's got to have sort of the perfect alignment.
And I mean, you got to give something to an anime where one of the major characters that everyone loves from it is a fucking motorbike.
Hey, I've seen Transformers. I can love inanimate objects. My next one is a newish one, Mitchell's vs. the Machines.
Oh, yep. We're getting a sequel to that too.
Yeah, so fantastic. So effectively, family, daughter is about to go away to sort of...
I think they're dropping her off at college, aren't they?
Yeah, she's about to go to camp or college or something, and dad wants to do one last family trip. And
I think it's college because they're driving her to college, I think, from memory.
And then, so smartphone AIs effectively take over the world, and the Mitchell family has to save the world from the AI.
It was one of those movies I put on with the kids there, and I was like, let's put it on, and then I was watching it so the kids could watch it. They've fallen asleep, and I was sitting there by the end of it like, this is fucking great.
Hey, it was fantastic. I think we watched it on after your recommendation, and Lisa was like, oh, yeah, whatever. And within like 20 minutes, she was hooked. It's just such a good movie from...
It's one of those movies.
It's got a good storyline and like some good family emotion and things in it. And again, something that the adults will resonate with. But for the kids, it's just, zany as well at the same time.
It's one of those ones that you put on, you're thinking, this is going to be kids, kind of like K-pop Demon Hunters. But my next one is A Nightmare Before Christmas, or should I say Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas, even though he didn't direct it, which is funny.
Is this Jack Skellington?
Yes.
Is this not Disney?
Oh, it might be Disney.
You talk about it anyway, and we might veto this. I'll check.
No, I don't think it is. I feel like it's not Disney, unless Disney bought it. But for those of you who haven't seen it, it is a claymation film, and it has essentially created a lot of emo themes throughout the world, but it is one of the best claymation ones, that and Corpse Bride, both Tim Burton films. I love them. Disney?
Yes.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, I was the one that fucked it up. Yes.
All right. Cross that off the list. You're not allowed to watch it. It's Disney. All right. Well, we're going to skip that one. We're going to go to my next one then.
All right.
My next one is the Neon Genesis Evangelion movie series. So not the original movies that followed the series.
You prefer this to the TV show, don't you?
So I love the TV show, don't get me wrong. But the movies that finished it were a very big disappointment to me. Excuse me. The series, which essentially the movie series, there's 4 films. Basically, the first 2 films are the story from the series, told in a little different way, new characters added, little variations here and there, and then movies 3 and 4 are very different. Like they kind of start from where the sort of series semi-finished off and take it in a completely different direction. And like the 4th movie you're watching, you're like, I don't know what's going on. There is so much fucking weird shit going on here, and there's fucking angels and all this shit. And they're so good. So good.
I need to watch this.
They're on Prime.
Yeah, no. I think they're on Crunchyroll too.
Yeah.
Because it's a show that I know gets a lot of hype, and I think it's because it's probably overhyped a little bit, only because it was the first of its kind.
It is very overhyped.
Like it was the first of its kind to do this style of storyline and things in the anime world. So,
it's not really. It's the first mainstream one.
Well, first one to do it well.
It's a very adult anime, like not targeted at kids at all. It's very adult. It has very high theme kind of stuff about angels and second comings and third comings and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of daddy issues, and like reincarnation and all this kind of shit. It's out there, and a lot of like people, like you say to them, like, you got to watch Neon Genesis. You got to watch Neon Genesis. And some people are like, I've heard so much about it, and they're watching. They're like, I didn't like it. Like Brock didn't like it.
No, which is strange because he's normally the thinking one.
Yeah, whereas I love it, man.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
The storyline in it is just phenomenal. But it is one of those ones you need to watch. You can't really turn around and do other things. The first 2 movies, maybe you can a little bit, but 3 and 4, you really can't. Especially the 4th one. You're like, because at the end of it, you still don't know what's going on, and you're watching it very specifically.
I watched it, but I don't get it. So my next one, it's an awesome one. It would be the Lego Movie.
Oh, yes.
This one came out of left field, and it's kind of lost a little bit of
It gave us one of the best Batmans ever.
Oh, yes. But did you like the Batman Lego Movie?
Yeah.
I don't know what I expected from it. Maybe I went into that with way too high expectations for it. But I think that's partly because I went into the Lego Movie and was like, this is probably going to be very average. And was like, oh, fuck, this is good.
And even the part how it worked in the real world stuff at the end was really good. Yeah.
But yeah, so Lego Movie, if you haven't watched it, you've probably been living under a rock. Go check it out.
Very, very good film. My next one is another anime, and that is Ninja Scroll. So there is a series for this as well that follows after the movie, but the movie this is one of the kind of the pillar anime films that are kind of from the 80s and 90s that people need to watch to appreciate the art form that is anime. It is fantastic. And I warn you, do not watch it with children because there is lots of blood and there is a scene with a snake coming out of a vagina and there's some weird shit in it. But it is a fucking amazing film.
We're going to go from that one to one that you can very much watch with kids. It would be the whole Despicable Me Minion franchise.
Yes.
It's
Except for the last, I did not enjoy the last Minions movie.
I haven't actually watched the Minions movies. I've seen parts.
The first Minion movie is excellent. The second one, meh.
The next one, Minions vs. Monsters, looks it could be good. Yeah. But again, it could also be that we've shown you the good parts and come watch the
But the Despicable Me movies are great.
Yeah, 1 and 2 I think were fantastic. 3, again, I was like,
I do enjoy 3.
It's good. But it's like it's starting to sort of push the boundaries of the friendship there. But no, it's definitely a must watch franchise, I think, for most people, especially if you've got kids in that sort of 8 to 12-year-old sort of range, they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, my next one is one that you can watch with the kids again, and that is Beavis and Butthead Do America. I wouldn't watch it with the kids. I love Beavis and Butthead cartoons, man. I grew up on Beavis and Butthead. I used to watch it every fucking day. Like, I had the DVDs, I'd put them on, and I'd just watch the episodes all the time. The movie came out, did not disappoint. It is fucking great. You have your fantastic cornholio part throughout it, and it's just awesome. Awesome, pure nut tasteness.
Cornholio!
I am the cornholio.
That was just...
my bunghole.
I had no idea what it was for so long, but no one knew. But everyone said it. Everyone said it, and no one knew.
I am the cornholio.
Where's that from? I don't know, but we all knew it.
And also, Beavis and Butthead, the series, gave us one of the best spin-offs ever, and that was the Daria series.
Yeah.
Which I love the Daria series as well.
Just hand to the side.
Yep.
Just the intro. See, that should have been on one of that intro list of the week, the Darius franchise.
Yep.
Na 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 na. My next one
I think I actually said that in the intro one.
Oh, you might have actually.
I think I did.
My next one, another franchise, Hotel Transylvania. Adam Sandler as the Dracula, where we've got a human man coming and makes love to Dracula's daughter.
I don't think that's really shown that way. It is a kid's film after all.
Well, they have kids. It's implied. But yeah, so no, it's quite good. Another one that, again, Lisa thoroughly loves this franchise.
I think the side characters, they do it for me in that movie.
Yes, really, Adam Sandler is the name to pull it all together, but he's not really, he's the main character, but he's not really the main part
The Monster Family are the best part of those movies. My next one is the Pokemon, the first movie. It was just, I remember being obsessed with Pokemon, and I remember going to the movies to watch this, and it was...
And at the height of promos for us, which everyone disrespected the fuck out of the HQ card.
I would have had the promo card as well from that.
I didn't, only because I saw it at the drive-in.
I got the promo. I remember getting the promo. It would be with my Pokemon collection, which I do not know where it is. I've looked at my parents' house, cannot find it.
Mother Stevens, find it.
And I remember sitting in the movies and watching this, and it was fucking amazing. And I remember the end part, fucking almost in tears at that age, with the part where
Pikachu turns to stone. Oh no, Ash turns to stone. Sorry.
And Pikachu's crying and shit, and then they went and ruined it with their fucking 3D version on Netflix.
Yeah, it wasn't great. The second movie, though, the
Pokemon 2000.
Yeah, that was also quite good
with Lugia,
Lugia, and the three, the original 3 legendary birds, Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, going berserk as old mates trying to manipulate the world.
That was the last one that came out in Western cinemas.
Yeah, the rest of them are all...
The rest were all like direct.
Yeah. But no, that was... the first two were really, really good.
Yeah.
I do love the whole Pokemon lore of like every new generation we find like a new continent to go to sort of thing. And it's like, wow, why didn't they help out in all these other things?
How do these people not know that these continents and all these Pokemon existed?
And again, another power creep, but like, all right, we've got these just legendary elemental birds. Now we've got more elemental birds. Now we've got things that control time and space and fire, like land and sea. And I'm like, good old power creep.
And now we've got a new lot coming, which means we'll get a new movie.
Yeah, it'd be a new character though.
Yeah. Because Ash done.
Have you watched any of the new?
Nah.
No. I think I will go back through and watch them all with Alex once he's a little bit older.
I think
But I will do it properly. He can only watch max 2 a day.
I've watched the movies. I've watched a heap of the movies. I've got a heap of the movies as well on my hard drives. I think I stopped watching Pokemon.
It's actually quite hard to find on mainstream media at the moment, other than the Indigo League is on Netflix.
I think I stopped watching about the third, when he got to the third generation. I think that's about when I stopped watching.
Yeah, I know I definitely watched the first one, then the filler one, which is the Orange Islands, and then there was Johto.
I think Johto might have been where I stopped.
I think I watched bits and pieces of the next one, because I know I watched one part where Misty drops out and we get the new girl, and then Misty comes back. Yeah,
so Brock dropped out.
Brock drops out for the Orange Islands, but he's back for Johto.
I remember Misty had Togepi.
She had still got Togepi.
Yeah. And I could, because by that point, that was when I was starting to get too old for it to watch it.
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z was at the same time, kind of thing.
True.
But I was starting to get a bit old for Pokemon. I was like, fuck Pokemon. I didn't realize how cool it would be when I got older.
How expensive it would be.
Yep.
How lucrative. My last one I'm going to throw out there, just as a fun one, All Dogs Go to Heaven, of that franchise. It's quite a good one back in the day.
Don't think I've seen that.
It's very, very entertaining. But only because my last one is also the same as your last one, so I figured we'll just leave it for you to talk about.
Okay, well, my last one is Digimon the movie.
Fucking banger.
Oh, God. Like, this took the concept of the Pokemon movie, that same sort of, let's make a feature-length version of this show, and fucking destroyed the Pokemon movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, and people have heard me talk about this before. I think Digimon is better Pokemon. But like, the movie was just so good, and the stakes were so much higher, and like the big battle was so much cooler when they fucking merged in the big fucking thing with the swords, and it was so good. And I remember seeing it because they showed that and the second movie together, where they had the golden eggs.
Yes.
So we got movie 1 and 2 combined, and I remember seeing them, and so good, because it was the first generation characters and the second generation characters. And yeah, it was friggin' awesome. Loved every second of it. And yeah, Digimon is the better Pokemon.
Yes. I think what hurt Digimon was at the time of releasing, they made the Tamagotchi Digimon things. And
well, that's what it started off as.
Yeah.
They started off as the Tamagotchi things, and then created the cartoons and stuff.
I just think that didn't translate as well to people as the Pokemon cards did at the time.
In our part of the world, yeah.
Or the like Pokemon, obviously Pokemon Red or things that just translated better to our Western culture.
Better marketing, bro. Better marketing. That's what it was. Just better marketing, and Pokemon got in with the fucking killer game, and the game is that's what made Pokemon big, was the Pokemon Red Blue.
Digimon on the PlayStation was quite a fun game.
That was a good game. Digimon World.
Yeah. It was a bit more advanced for the younger kids. Yep. It required a bit more knowledge and sort of thinking.
But also, again, that quite possibly is why it wasn't as more successful, because it was on the PlayStation, which means you had to be at home to play it, whereas Pokemon was on the Game Boy. You could play it anywhere.
That was such a good adventure.
Even though 90% of the time you're sitting next to a PowerPoint with it plugged in, because you couldn't afford double A batteries, man. 4 AA batteries.
They're about the only thing that hasn't gone up with inflation is batteries.
Shh, don't let them know.
And I'm just going to throw one out there for Brock, because I know Brock would have said it. Dragon Ball Z. I've said it, Brock. Moving on.
No, the movies, I'm not a massive fan of
There's
the movies.
one that was good, and I think it was the start of Super, which I enjoyed. That It's a movie, but it's not a movie.
That's the series condensed into a film.
Yeah.
It's that typical anime thing where they take a whole series and smush them into it. Like the original Gundam series, that's 3 movies. You can watch that as 3 movies where they basically cut out all the bullshit.
No, I was so hyped at one point to go see.
But I did go see that and the second and the Golden, because Golden Frieza was the first one was Golden Frieza.
Yeah.
Which we went and saw at the movies, and then Battle of the Gods was the second one, which is when they first meet Beavis or
Beerus
and Butthead.
But yeah, so at least it's animated too, and Brock couldn't talk about Dragon Ball, so that's good. I lost my train of thought. Continue.
No, that's it. Well, basically, that is all we have time for in this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoy this. Next week, Brock will be back.
Unless he got lost in the bush.
Unless he got lost in the bush, a bit of Wolf Creek situation. Don't forget TCG Tuesday, our new TCG gameplay show comes out every Tuesday, obviously, hence the name. We have 2 episodes live now. We have Godzilla and Cataclysm Arcade.
Oh, that game looks so fun to play.
I have a packet of Cataclysm Arcade, a booster pack sitting there. Brock has one. We are waiting to open them up and on camera and play a game as it is intended. So that episode will be coming out in a few weeks, obviously. But we've got a couple episodes already lined up, and I hope you're enjoying them.
There'll be more Frantic Nerdcast Plays games coming out on Mondays as well. Diddy Kong Racing is well and truly underway. And yeah, probably looking to Majora's Mask for the next one.
Yep. PAX coming up, as we said at the start of the episode. And also, don't forget, Monsters at War, our awesome first card game, is available. If you want a copy, at this email, store@franticnerdcast.com. You'll be able to get a copy, 25 Aussie dollary dues plus postage. And other than that,
that's
all we've got.
Check out our Discord, check out our socials. We're always happy to chat. See me for Pokemon content. So Discord for all nerdy things that you could possibly want to talk about.
And if you have any suggestions of your favourite cartoons, chuck them in the comments below. If you've got ideas for a board game based on an anime, chuck those down in the comments below as well.
If you've got a favourite Primark, chuck that in the comments
as well. But until next week, ladies and gentlemen, have a good one, and we'll see you then.
Stay frantic.
Guys, thanks for listening to Frantic Nerdcast.
You can find all our latest news and information on Facebook or at franticnerdcast.com.
You can find us on Instagram at Frantic Nerdcast. Find AJ at Weird Art by AJ. Find Zach at Frantic Kaz and myself at Frantic Brock.
Please make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for more YouTube-only content like Sequelize It and Plays Games.